So we have some really exciting news. You guys have seen us going live for years. 3 years. Yeah,
so.
Me too.
Yes.
We did Wine Wednesday in real estate, so we're kind of revamping that, and we're going to be doing Wine and Realty 614. We're going to just do more topics that maybe you find more relevant, and we would love your input as well. So I think we're going to try to focus on, just different events around Columbus.
Right.
New things that are opening up, restaurants, breweries, what's just going on? Like, how is our growth going in Columbus?
In all areas, too. Not just limited to 614, obviously. Because we sell everywhere. So we are covering all areas.
Right.
And, yeah, I really wanted to make it much more broader than limited to buyer and seller topics. Mm-hmm. We're going to hopefully invite, not hopefully, we will be inviting. Amanda and I had also done a series called Going Local, which we had talked to small business owners about.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun doing that too. So I think we're going to try to combine the two topics. Again, it's going to be what you guys want to hear about, but I think that everybody realizes that Columbus is growing. It has to do with real estate as well as, just where we live in the city that we live in.
Right. Because we do know a thing or two about real estate.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that as well.
Yeah, so we're still going to have, our topics on real estate. So don't, be discouraged if you want to hear something more about real estate or, pre-approvals or whatever it is that you want to hear about. But
so I guess with all that being said, we should say welcome to Wine and Realty 614.
Yes.
Cheers.
Clink.
Right? Clink, clink. Did you pick that up?
Jenny made these special glasses for us.
Which you can't see. Oh,
yeah.
wait,
well,
yes,
you can.
What? Yeah, so the wine, we did a poll to find out what the inaugural Bevvy was going to be, and it was white wine, one. So that's what we're drinking, and we'll crack open some champagne just to celebrate in a bit.
They probably already think that we're drinking champagne, too.
We're drinking lots of things right now.
We have everything. Oh,
all the drinks.
I have to hide the water.
Yeah.
I don't drink that.
Who needs water? I've got my La Croix. It's LaCroix over there. That's fancy for LaCroix.
About that.
That's why I said it.
So we also wanted to talk about what we think the market's going to be doing this year.
Right. Inaugural podcast, inaugural topic, the market forecast. So, the past several years have definitely been sellers markets.
Yeah.
And are we seeing that change?
So we have both been selling real estate since 2013. Since I've really been selling real estate, I feel like it's almost been a seller's market.
Yeah.
So, but I think it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. But that typically, that makes sense, seeing as how fast Columbus is growing. There's not enough houses.
No.
So, and they're not building
people
them.
Are selling.
Yeah.
And I don't know, and we've discussed this, how do you get people to want to sell? It is a seller's market, and you can make decent money on whatever you're going to be selling. I think that my question this year will be, what we saw last year was definitely the affordable price point. So the $225 and below was definitely where the craziness was happening. Right. The year before, I think it was all price points. We saw that in. What do you think is going to happen? Your crystal ball is out.
My crystal ball says that it's just going to keep continuing. So I actually have some people that are in a higher price range right now in New Albany, and everything's going within days. There's just nothing on the market. They're like, Amanda, when is it going to pick up? When can I buy a house? And then it's like, I hope that you could buy a house soon.
And part of that, I think, is that the buyers are starting earlier and earlier.
Right.
I was particularly busy in December with closings all this month, which normally January would be a slower time, maybe one or two closings rather than.
I haven't really, honestly, which is really strange, is I was kind of slow during spring of 2019.
So slow. Do you
and
remember?
Then, because we talked about it. We're like, what do we do? What do we do? Should I get another job?
Maybe now it's time to quit real estate and get a job.
So I think so I've been reading articles and it's been saying that the prediction for this year is that it's going to start earlier. But I think that every year it kind of starts earlier. People are still going to be buying during the school year, listing during the school year, to make those changes. A lot of my listings that I have sold, even with the last year, have been people moving out of the state.
Really?
And so the buyers I just told you about that I have wanting to buy in New Albany, they're moving from New York, upstate New York. They're like, our market is just not the same as yours. So, I mean, they have a really high price point, but still, like, I would think that it would go really quickly. So it's just kind of interesting. Like, Columbus is still affordable. Mm-hmm. And what I also think is I think that we had our boom in price ranges. Like, I think that we are kind of even out right now. I think for this year, we're not going to see these like huge price increases like we've been seeing over the last couple of years.
So you pulled some stats. Do you have that? Do you have what?
So this is
because I know generally I would say depending on area, it's been about an 8% increase that we've seen.
So this is just really basic. All I did was go to the MLS and look everything that sold in 2018, which was 32,766 homes. So this isn't just Franklin County or something to that extent. It's just all what was listed in the MLS that sold in our Columbus MLS. So 2019 was 33,432. So somewhat similar, maybe about 1,000 houses. So I think that we're going to see that number grow this year, but I don't think that we're going to see prices increase like we have over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my personal opinion.
Well, I think that, because I think that we get so beaten into, at some point, I mean, clearly at some point a recession is going to happen. I mean, it has to happen to reset everything. And, it hasn't happened yet. And we keep going into every year thinking, okay, at some point. But you would think that it would have to level off at some point as well.
Right.
And I think last year we went into it saying we wouldn't see the increases, but we still did. So it's really funny. And I think, too, I'm starting to see, or I've said this the last couple of years as well, a shift in the season as well, where it was maybe slower in, typically it would be spring would be really busy, which it wasn't the last couple of years. And fall and winter were really busy. Mm-hmm. So it'll be curious to see how that pans out as well.
Yeah, I do think that we're going to continue to see Columbus grow, which, I mean, it only makes sense. There's more and more people moving here, more jobs here, and so obviously people need places to live. Mm-hmm. They're also building apartments like crazy too. So
they are doing that, but the rents are.
I know you can buy a house
for cheaper.
Buy a house.
Buy a house. You need to buy a house. Is that subliminal messages? Buy a house.
Call us.
I'll help you buy a house.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, so I definitely, we were going to talk about spring market too. I mean, it's happening.
It is happening. Spring market is happening.
In January.
It is. Like, I'm not as busy, but it's starting to come in, like people are starting to call more and reach out. And so I think it's about to blow up.
It's going to blow. I think it is too. I mean, I know I've got some listings that are going to hit that will be, it's Hilliard schools, it's Southwestern City schools. So it's going to be, they're going to be gone in a day.
Yeah. So you call me for East Side. You call her for West Side.
Buy a house. That's how we work. But what's funny is I'm always on the east side and you're always on the west side.
Not really. I disagree.
Not anymore?
No. I'm always on the east side still.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
and why were you always in Galloway and Hilliard when I was like, what are you doing?
Why are you stalking me?
I do stalk you.
Get off my side.
I'm interested in what you're doing because you're in my area, my neighborhood. Oh, my goodness.
Well, I think we both agree, obviously, that.
Yeah. I'd be curious, other agents, what you all think and are seeing. I would imagine they are seeing the same thing we are, at least.
Yeah.
I always find it funny, too. You can see when the market's starting to heat up by what people are posting on, and it's just being friends with agents and lenders. Like, you want to buy a house? Come see me now.
Right.
Call me.
Don't call them, though.
Buy a house from us.